So, rumor has it that people like me that react to fat talk content on the internet were evil, phobic even. You know, that we should be ashamed. I know. It's a lot of taking. I even got a comment recently on my channel that said the fact that you would even post this about other girls, even as an X fact, okay, not a real one, an X one, okay, it's absolutely disgusting. You have no right to body shame them and make a video about them for everyone. Shame on you. So, okay, 3 days without sleep, I decided to dig deeper. Was something wrong with me? Was something wrong with what I was doing? So I decided to react to, one of the creators that I love, to follow up with my last video, not my last video, but the video I made about this. There's someone working with constructions nearby that is really, truly killing me. But that's besides the point. I hope the mic's not picking that up. And today I'm reacting to lot lifts. I have to say I adore her accent, but I hate construction. But I would never in my life attempt to try to recreate it because I really don't want to start a diplomatic conflict between Brazil and the UK, because the world, it's bombastic enough. Let's all be honest, shall we? But before we start, hi, my name is Ira, my little petty people. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I am, according to some, fat phobic, should be ashamed and disgusting. It's a lot to take in one day. I mean, alrighty then. But let's react to the latest video from Lot Lifts, and I'm gonna put her on 2.5, 1.25. It's just that I tend to make my videos super long, so gotta make a way to make them faster. Gotta do what you gotta do. So the video we're reacting to is, and oh, by the way, she's a Liverpool girly, and so I came dressed with my Liverpool jersey because we love a girl who doesn't get the BS from fat acceptance and also likes football, and it is football. I will die on this hill, guys, because it's football, not football. No, I don't know why you didn't name it handball. Let's be honest, it would make a lot more sense. Or, or American rugby. All those perfect options, but she likes football. I like football. We don't like fat talk. So let's see what else we have in common. And let's start the video.
Hi, my name's Lot, and I used to be really fucking fat. Not really that fat anymore, though. Hello, chickens, kittens.
I mean, she's like not fat at all. And I gotta say, her hair in this video, superbe. Unlike mine that desperately needs a haircut. Jesus.
Arabs, listen, there's too much arguments in my comments about what we prefer. We're all friends here. We're all part of the Lot Lifts clan. I was about to reveal something too soon then. Let's just say, you're a part of a crew, alright? We'll come back to that in about a month's time. Anyway, happy Sunday. I hope this goes up on a Sunday, because every time I say what happy whatever day it is, I always get someone sarky being like, you posted this on a Wednesday. Shut up. I'm recording this on the day that I'm saying happy day too, aren't I?
Okay. I don't think people have knows how hard it is, like, to edit a video. Or maybe not hard, but like how lengthy it sometimes can be, you know?
Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their minds. Try it for a day.
Running today because Liverpool playing at 2 o'clock, and I also still need to go to the gym before then, and I need to go and pick the food shop up. So it's 20 to 11. Can we do this? in 40 minutes?
Priorities.
Let's find out. So today we're gonna do the fan favourite and look at what the fat girls have been eating. It's not that I particularly pick on the fat girls, because trust me, if men made this content, I'd be all over it. But there just seems to be a lack of men in the what I eat in a day as a fat person space. So if you come across men, send them to me. Not just any man, like.
Okay, I'm
just
gonna
send any
start
man to me. I mean,
shipping some men from Brazil, you know, like sending it's rainy men. Oh god.
Send me male creators that make this content. Don't just start sending men to me, please. My Twitter DMs are already fucking inundated. I posted so on my, not my private, because it's not private. If you find it, you find it. But on my public Twitter account, that's a picture of myself, a nice little selfie, and it got a few likes, and my DM requests have just been fucking men being like, can you step on me and call me mommy and shit. Mommy, I hate saying that. It's mummy to me, but they.
Oh no. What's going on with men these days? Like, no, ew. You know, like, I know people hate Twitter, but I think Twitter has its social, you know, like, function. Okay, because you have Instagram where everything's perfect, everything's beautiful, everyone's so happy, and then you have Twitter where, you know, like, it's all like the world's ending, everything is shitty, everything is terrible, like it's the end of the world as we know it. So I think one counters the other, you know, and it's just like balanced.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Spell it with an O, so mommy. So don't send any more men to me, please. I'm full. No room at the inn. Enough talking about how I'm so sexy and alluring. Let's look at some fat birds eat. Ever since I did that video where I didn't record my sound, I'm so para now, so I feel like every 30 seconds I'm like, am I recording my mic? Yeah, mic's recording, okay, we carry on. Like that, literally like that. This first video, I actually got sent.
I mean, I know I'm pausing all the time, but I can 100% relate. So every time I'm looking that way, it means I'm looking at OBS. I have like 3 screens. I have my laptop, my monitor, and I have another monitor. And I have like a little thing here, like a side table where I have an idea. Oh, it should be nice to put this while I'm editing, and I write it down. But not only did I record an entire video, like completely mute, but I've also recorded once an entire video
where I sounded like that because I have one of those audio whatever, and
imagine how I felt when I heard it back. Okay, let's move on. I don't want to relive those experiences.
Thank you for sending me this video. If you guys come across this content, feel free to send it to me. This actually baited me at first because they use the music from our Lord and Saviour, Abby Taylor. It's not Abby Taylor, though. Don't be fucking fooled like I was. All right, let's do it, kittens. What I eat in a day as a girl who eats whatever she wants. So she doesn't actually specify that
Whoa, she starts the day with like noodles, like with ramen. Like, I will say that noodles like this have a special place in my heart. I know that their little powder is like cancer in a package, but I think it has its time and place, okay? With moderation. So I believe that. But look at the like little like bread here. It looks so sad. Yuck.
she's fat, this Kater. And I'm pretty sure I had a quick little nosy at her page. She doesn't actually show her face. So that'll be interesting to see. Unless she does somewhere and I've just not seen it. No, it seems like she doesn't even post her face anywhere. She calls herself a foodie in a bio.
Oh,
You're not a foodie,
but
you
I
are
think
a
she's
food
fat.
addict, buddy. But okay, let's do it. Why are you eating a day as a girl who eats whatever she wants? 8 a.m, curry noodles and 2 slices of toast. 10 a.m, 4 raspberry and white chocolate cookies. These are Are these Morris?
2 hours after she had the noodles and toast, she's having four cookies. I wonder like how big they are. Girl, 4?
Ones. So these aren't like your standard like little cookies that are like that big, that are like 50 to 80 calories. These are like, well, look at the fucking red warning labels down here. I think these run anywhere between like 200 and 400 calories depending on what the cookie is, who you're buying it from, etc.
240 times 4? That's like almost 1,000 calories.
Because my fella fucking loves Tesco's own white chocolate and honeycomb cookies, and they are calorific. 11 a.m. a McDonald's quarter pounder and fries.
1 hour
2
later.
p.m. fish, chips and tartar sauce. Bobbing me head to the tune. At least the air fryer looks clean. That's something. Whoa,
It does.
follow me.
It's still- What the hell is that? Water?
Oh, she's also a salt fiend like Abby. Ah, okay. That is a considerable amount of salt.
Girl.
Oh, that's enough.
Girl. You're having salt as a side dish. Like literally, I think you can like it's a spoonful of salt in this case because oh my god, Jesus. She just went on and bang.
What is it? That's enough
I wonder what that like was it water?
slices. Whatever the TikTok sound is. That's enough slices. That's an egregious amount of salt, my guy. I'm a Brit. And I like fish and chips. I fucking hate vinegar. I hate it. Ruins it for me. Actually ruins it for me.
Vinegar.
That amount of salt also ruins it for me as well. And there's a chippy. So obviously,
There was a meme on the internet where a guy asked, like, is British food that bad? And a guy answered, if done properly, yes. No offense to lots, but I've only been to London. I haven't visited any places in the UK. But I was not impressed with your cuisine. Can't say I have, like, good memories. There was like
Oh my god, I remember when I was in London and I had this.
and no, that was not my experience. And now you're telling me you put vinegar on your fish and chips? You're just proving my point. Just saying.
as you know, I'm from Liverpool. So when I was how I yearn to be back in an L postcode.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's-
can
look, you
already
can actually
hear
see.
the embassy. Oh my god. No, sorry, Brit, sorry.
The coating of salt on each individual chip. That's crazy work.
That is actually, oh, I can't make this bigger, but this is actually insane. Like, girl, I mean, she probably was very thirsty after this meal, and probably her blood pressure was like, like very high up in the sky because this amount of salt, girly.
A wafer roll. Oh, they do go crazy. Are they a bit like a Milky Way crispy roll? Are you onto them? Sorry, I know I said literally everything's done by half.
We haven't had enough.
Chat away. Are you onto these? Oh.
Oh, we have it in Brazil too.
That's what this kind of reminds me of.
Actually, I'm
An entire
having
box-
like right now these candies. They're made out of peanuts and they're so delicious, but they are high in added sugar and saturated fat. And Jesus Christ. Okay, so it's 60 grams here, but 100 grams, it's like 535 calories.
What in the world is going on with you?
Jesus Christ. I mean, I bought it because it's my childhood in a bag. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't had it in so long. And I'm eating one after the other because they're so delicious. And of course, I didn't eat lunch. So that's a perfect scenario for a hinge. But no, of course, I'm not going to hinge, but yeah, 60 grams. I'll have to do the math later to see how many calories that's gonna add up. Probably a lot. Well, let's continue. Let's ignore me and focuses on somebody else's
The
food.
milkshake chockies, which for those who aren't Brits, they're like individual little chockies that are like a different filling, so like strawberry or caramel or whatever.
Oh my god.
Wetherspoons wrap. 8 p.m, a lot of drinks. Holy shit. And a doner pizza, of course. That is a fuckload of food. I won't lie though, this is like Pavo breakfast. And I say
Pavo?
that as a term of endearment because
love Pavo.
when I was at home, when I was under the age of 18 and like a teenager, the amount of times I'd have a pot noodle butty for breakfast before.
There's this
like,
guy on Instagram. He's big. He's like, it's because you're a pavo. Oh, I love him.
These, I can tell, are super noodles. That's how well I know my noodles. These are super noodles. I used to eat a lot of noodles. That's crazy though. That's crazy amount of food. What I eat in a day as a fat girl with food freedom. We'll see about that. That's copyright music. Okay.
Really free if you depend on food. Are you really, because I mean you're saying that you have food freedom, but given the context of the videos and Lot is reacting here, I don't think one can be free if they are addicted to food. One cannot have food freedom if they are addicted to food. You know, like you don't have freedom, you lack discipline and accountability. And I know what that's like. I've been there. I'm still trying to fix a bunch of like aspects of my life where I need to take accountability. But at least I'm not running around posting on TikTok like I have blank freedom. You know? Don't lie to yourself. And I hate, like, don't mock my intelligence, girl.
Okay, fuck you. So I'm gonna mute that because I want to be a full-time content creator and that requires being monetized. What I eat in a day as a fat girl with food freedom, and what do? Bang in the morning, open the door, Mackey's, get it in, 10 bells. Tried the Milo.
Oh my god. It's a cultural thing, it must be, because in Brazil, McDonald's, it's like lunch place. And quite overpriced. Thank God. But I think some restaurants won't even open early in the morning because like people don't go to McDonald's like very early on. But to like 10 a.m. and you're already having like that's your first meal. You're having like what I suppose it's a milkshake. Girly pop.
Shake from McDonald's. If you can get past the unblended chunks, you will enjoy. To me, I got a chicken McMuffin and a cheeseburger. Oh, both. Okay, yes, you're...
What? What the fuck?
God. If I eat that, I'll probably be full for the entire day.
You're so free from food that you have to eat double the main meal at Mackey's. Yeah, okay, buddy. What the fuck is a Milo shake? Oh, like Milo powder. Oh, I thought that was an Australian thing. I've only ever had Milo when I was in Australia on my gap year. Shocky, essentially milkshake, and a chicken McMuffin, and a cheeseburger. Chicken McMuffins don't exist in the UK. Also, before 10...
Okay, before anyone goes on the comment saying, you're body shaming. I am not body shaming if what I'm stating is a fact. Look at the size of her belly. Look at this. Look at this. If she's short, she probably needs to drive with her seat leaned like far back because, you know, like there won't be much space left between the wheel, you know, like she won't fit. Oh my God. And oh my God. I mean, and again, look at this. Even her neck's got some rolls here. I mean, that's not body shaming. That's just like, I'm just stating facts. These are facts, okay? I'm sorry. If that hurts you, if you think that's fat phobia, it's not. That's just like me looking at a person who says like, "Oh, I'm food free. I have food freedom," and no, just like me smoking one cigarette after the other and be like, "Oh, I have cigarette freedom." You know, like I can stop whenever I want to. I can lose weight whenever I want to. No. But that's not what Girls on Fat Talk say, is it? They say you're not supposed to lose weight. That is how you are genetically programmed. No, the reason why we get so fat is because back in our ancestors, we had food scarcity. So every little like extra food we had, we used as energy. We would store that energy as fat and we wouldn't move as much unless necessary. So that's why it's kind of like against your body to move a lot, you know? But we have come to a point in human history where we have an abundance of food, an abundance of processed food, ultra processed, that like it's sometimes super cheap and people are not moving. And so the brain is just like, great, let's store these energy because we don't know when the next hunt is coming. And what happens is this here happens. Okay. And I don't care what you tell me. That's not normal. That's just freaking not normal. Okay.
11 before, like, at breakfast you can't order standard McDonald's food in the UK. You can only order the breakfast food. So the concept of being able to order breakfast food and like regular burgers has been nuts to me. Had some electrolytes after being out in the sun. Gotta make sure that we're getting those electrolytes in.
Honey, were you in the Sahara Desert? Because unless you were in the Sahara Desert, I think your breakfast had all the electrolytes you needed for the day. And for me, she swapped breakfast for lunch. I even posted a short here on my YouTube that you can, like, let's say that you really want to have your cereal. You can have your cereal. Be mindful of how you have it. Like just like 100 grams of your cereal, then like 200 milliliters of milk, then add a scoop of whey protein to make that, like milk, like to add more protein to your breakfast, like add fruit to add fiber, and then you can have it. 100 grams, like it's like 100 calories or something. So you can have it, but I think she's probably having like a bowl.
In midday Milo cereal. Right, I know I'm not a cat owner, obviously. I'm a dog owner. I have had cats in my life, not in my adult life, but like I've had cats as a kid. I would never let a cat just like hang over what I'm eating. That's pretty fucking gross, right? That's gross. Okay.
Why?
6 p.m. dinner was what me and my partner call a freezer frenzy. Or is this just emptying whatever's in your freezer? Frozen corn and pastries. Smacked on some lollies whilst watching the doc. She is Australian. This girl's Australian. She's not American. That would make sense because she calls sweeties lollies. And the thing is, right, me and Nate had to do the freezer frenzy after Christmas because we also had like a bunch of leftover like frozen stuff. And also, people like kept giving us food, but corn and just some samosas is like is really pathetic. You're not free from food if the first thing you do in the morning is order McDonald's and order a breakfast item and a lunchtime item. That's an insane.
And we have to remember that she's probably spending a ton of money on like food. Girl, if you made your own food, you'd have more money to buy games for your Nintendo Switch. Because guess what? Nintendo games, they never lower their prices. Okay? So think about that next time you order like McDonald's for breakfast.
Amount of food. Just this meal alone, if I had to take a guess, I don't know what, I'm not going to take a guess. Milo milkshake. That looks like a large as well. McDonald's calorie. I can't find the Milo one specifically, so we'll go to a Chucky one. And this is UK sizes. So a large Chucky milkshake in the UK. UK and Australia are pretty similar in terms of like their food laws and such. 468 calories for the Chucky milkshake alone. And then a chicken McMuffin chicken, McMuffin calories. Those don't exist in the UK, to be fair. 278 calories. It's crazy that a drink is double the calories
like
of a chicken McMuffin, by the way.
700-800
Cheeseburger,
calories?
McDonald's calories. I reckon this is like 250. Yeah, 263. 1,040-ish calories for brekkie. And you're trying to tell me you have food freedom? Gail, you just ate 1,000 calories of Mackies for breakfast. Right, this is the thing, right? Someone, tangent.
The thing is that it was not nutritious. From her size is not like, oh, she does it like from time to time.
What I eat in a day is a happy fat woman that's so fucking happy.
To this girl in my What I Eat in a Day video as well. I know her.
We've not looked at this creator for a while. This was on the
She
2nd of
is
Feb,
a
so 20 days ago. So pretty recent. Let's catch up.
Today is a happy fat woman. Meaning I'm fat. I love my body. I'm not trying to change it. I'm not trying to make it smaller. I am eating it nourishingly when I want to eat.
I love how she even like she will admit that like nourishingly, and she
I
pulls
love
like an
my body. I'm
interrogation
not
mark.
trying to change it. I'm not trying to make it smaller. I am eating it nourishingly.
See, like I'm eating it nourishingly. And I said that in my video and I stand by it. Her like belly looks like a butt because it's so big and it's already sitting on her thighs that it kind of looks like a butt. It does. Sorry, it does.
When I want to eat. Got a little tongue-tied at the end right there, but I
Eating nourishingly has a granola bar for breakfast every single day. Brother.
Oh, and she was the one, I think, that said that she is listening to her body. She's listening to her body, y'all. And I said in that video, I said, look, if you cannot, like, if you have any problems with food, and this person does, because if she didn't, she would not have gotten this big. You should not be listening to what your body wants, because your body, it's not gonna want, what you
Brother
want.
man, what are you even saying? I eat nourishingly when I do eat. You're eating a protein bar that's majority fucking sugar for breakfast every single day. Every time I see you, every time I catch up with you, you're eating 300 calories of sugar every day.
I ate a bar for breakfast. I haven't gone to Cliff Bar in so long, and it was actually really delicious. Sometimes they're a little too hard, a little too savory.
Oh my God, look at this.
So long, and it was actually really delicious.
Like, this is even like dangerous, because I mean, I don't know if it probably because of her puffy jacket, but the seatbelt, it's sitting too close to her neck. Like if there's a crash, I mean, like, see, like even when we're talking about basic things as like safety in like traffic and whatnot, there is like a Brazilian influencer. He had a guy tried to rob him and he got injured. Like, what helped him in the ICU was the fact that he had muscles. So even if, God forbid, something happens to you, the fact that you have muscles will be an ally for you to heal from whatever accident, But no.
Sometimes they're a little too hard, a little too savory. This one was fast. Lunch, we had leftovers. I had some leftover tuna mac and cheese. It's the Bonza mac and cheese. Honestly, not my favorite. I love Bonza pasta, but it was just not flavorful.
These pre-made foods, they taste like shit.
Enough for me. Added some extra seasonings. Generally, I love dill with tuna, and so I always have dill, even if it's tuna mac and cheese. We're rewatching Bridgerton for the new season, and we
I fucking love Bridgerton.
watched the seasons backwards. So we started 3, and then season 2, and then season 1. I love Penelope, so I love season 3. But honestly, season 1 is just perfect. Jonathan Bailey.
In fucking correct, season 2 is the best season of Bridgerton, and I will not hear anything of it.
It is not. And I will die. Season 2 was actually that season that made me not want to watch the others. I haven't seen season 3 and I haven't seen season 4 specifically because of season 2. I hated what they did. I don't even the love thing, Anthony's love interest was something in the books, because I read, I think, book 1, 2, and 3. But in the books, the sister knows about her affections and that she's in love with Anthony. But for her to wait until her sister is like completely like thinking she's marrying the love of her life and she's in a wedding gown like getting married for her to notice how the both of them were looking at each other like in the altar. Like, no, she's a terrible sister. I hate it they did that. I mean, I could never. Like, can you imagine this? Like, no, like she's a terrible sister. She's in Brazil, what we call talarica, you know, like she's a full-on talarica, you know, like because she's stealing someone else's significant other, and it's her sister. I mean, I don't know if she's doing that, but she's doing that to her sister. But in the books, the sister knows, so you know, like you don't feel mad, you don't get mad at her. But in the show, it's like you're not gonna tell her your sister that her husband to be is not in love with her. You're just gonna like, no, it is not.
Is the best female lead. I will not hear anything of it. Anthony and Kate's chemistry is fucking wonderful. You cannot force that kind of chemistry. Those two actors need to work together again.
And Kate are so delicious together. Season 2. I don't know. I can't think of it. But I can say confidently, Cheez-Its are my favorite snack. Honestly, looking back,
It doesn't shock me that Cheez-Its your favorite snack, to be honest, Gail.
See,
the
it
whole
looks
rest
like a
of my
butt.
eating day feels so nostalgic and reminiscent of
Hang
my
on,
childhood.
that was a fucking lot of peanut butter, yeah.
The whole rest of my eating day
Whoa.
feels so nostalgic and reminiscent of my childhood.
And
Spoonfuls of
Nutella.
butter, spoonfuls of Nutella, all things.
Spoonful. Gail, that was a shovelful. That was enough
Shovelful?
to fill the fucking potholes by my house. We've been screaming to the council for fucking decades to fill the potholes by our gaff. Don't need to. You just get round ours. Get round ours. Your fucking spoon. Bam. Boxed. My car's not fucking in anymore. Holy shit. That's like fucking 200 odd calories, being generous, of Nutella alone. Having a spoonful of fucking Nutella. Fuck off, mate. Are you messing?
Don't listen to Mary
That's what I'm
Poppins.
saying,
Don't have a
Carter.
spoonful of sugar, babes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Peanut butter, spoonfuls of Nutella, all things I ate so much as a child and obviously now as an adult. I feel like as all 90% of kids do this, I had a very small palate when I was a childhood. One of my favorite things was tacos, but it was just tacos.
No, it is not. It is not. I mean, I've said this in other videos, but here in Brazil, like what we have generally as as our base meal is rice, beans, like a protein and salad and French fries. And that's what I had pretty much every day. I'm not saying that my salad was all colorful and full like of vegetables. No, as I grew, so did my, my palate. And because kids, they will model after their parents. So I can only assume that your parents, like if they were offering you this type of food as a kid, probably they were fat too. So it's not a kid's thing. It's a parent's thing.
And cheese, like taco meat. We would go to Taco Bell and just get taco meat and cheese and tortilla. My grandma got annoyed by that one day, so she just started making it herself. So whenever I make tacos, I think about
she's
that.
had
Tonight I had
any
vegetarian
fiber.
cheese, mango salsa, refried beans. I also got this little guac.
Everything pre-made.
White avocados, and I'm eating tacos at night. Got some of my favorite tortilla chips, and apparently I didn't record anything else for the night. Bye.
She eats so many crisps, dude. She loves carbohydrates. Me too. Let's check in on our gal. Damn, this is a video
Girl,
from 2
I
days
think
ago.
this girl, she's locked in and locked out so many times that probably the doorknob's broken at this point. Like the key's not even working anymore because she's like eating. No, I'm going to lock in, and then she locks out, and then she locks in again, and then she locks out. I mean, at this point, just get a new door, really.
Last time we checked in was locked in, as she likes to say, in a calorie deficit. And I said, we'll keep up to date with her. Because I wish Danny nothing but the best, though she hates me and my corner. Well, she doesn't hate me. She hates my friend, my very close and personal friend, Melina, and Discord on the internet, which I'm part of. So, what I eat in a day as a plus-size person, am I locked out again? Does that mean, like,
So, does she hate me by proxy too? Like another hater? I don't think you can do that.
locked in? The opposite, I'm presuming.
Day as a plus size person, and do you guys think that I'm locked back out? Like, genuine question.
You're having 2 breakfasts.
She could have. This is not bad. I mean, the bacon, yeah, that's not the best choice. but she could have had like one and with a side of like fruit, for example, like papaya and a little bit of chia seeds for fiber, for example. It would have been a much more nutritious and better breakfast. Yeah, like have the bacon, just don't have it every day.
Sandwiches for breakfast? Yeah, probably.
With breakfast, I had 2 little breakfast Sammies. This had a runny egg, some bacon, cheese, all on 2 light English muffins.
It looked fucking phenomenal. Because I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am a savoury girly through and fucking through.
Me
I
too.
love savoury stuff. Like if you said to me tomorrow,
I'm saying this as I'm in 500 calories of, look, this is like my childhood. You know, like,
lot, you have to give up chockies, you have to give up sweets, you have to give up anything on the sweet side. I'd be like, Sam, you said lot. You have to give up deli meat, cheese, bread. I'd cry.
Of course, you already know that I needed an energy drink, so I had a cherry slush. Alani knew this was delicious. I did.
You need it to what? Sit on your fucking ass all day and do nothing. Before any of you come for me, this is English breakfast.
that is actually water in a monster can. You never saw me having an energy drink. That was nothing but an illusion.
Tea, so technically it does have caffeine in it. Technically, but not enough to become caffeinated, shall we say. I won't have caffeine now until I go to the gym. And you know what? I might treat myself to a little C4 or something like that while I'm at the gym. Doing gym things, not sat on my arse, filled myself, eat, man. My God.
It was delicious. I did eat these caramel Rice Crisps off camera, as well as these chicken jalapeno stick things. Those are super good, honestly.
Oh, they look disgusting. They look disgusting. And then, do you need this much?
And yes, I did weigh out my Rice Crisp using grams. Then
I
for
should.
dinner, I made
Okay, but why are you weighing your food? I mean, I think you should weigh your food if that's going to be helpful. For it to be like, oh, okay, this much and this much, I'm going to eat this, you know, like, but if you're obviously in a calorie surplus, what is the point? I mean, I'm not going to lie, weighing food kind of like it's very annoying. It's very boring. So like if you're not eating in a calorie deficit, why waste your time?
a bunch of pizza toast. This is equivalency to basically me ordering pizza, except it only cost me 410 calories.
That is not 410 calories. Shut the fuck up. Unless she is. She's just said that she's weighing things in grams, which is something that I see people who are in the beginning phase of their weight loss journey struggle with quite a lot.
I don't think
when they're
so
tracking the calories, instead of weighing things to the mill or weighing things to the gram, they'll do spoonful or teaspoon or tablespoon or cup or whatever, instead of actually weighing to the gram or to the mill of what they're consuming. A spoonful, a tablespoon or a teaspoon can be quite subjective if you're not using an exact measuring silicon fucking measuring spoon, right? And that's where extra calories come from, because sometimes you are doing a spoonful and it's actually a heaped spoonful and it's double the calories. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, because I don't know, this could be low fat cheese, like unless this is like a low fat, low cal option cheese.
What? Between you and me, do you really think that she's having low-fat cheese? Do you? Really?
The bread alone, man, look how thick that bread is. I know America's dead weird and they've got like these mad low-cal keto options of things that I've never seen before in my life. So like oftentimes I'll have someone go, look, in America, we have keto bread, or we have low sugar bread, or we have this other.
Like, thank God, because like I see them commenting and I'm like, is that a thing? Like, we don't have those things here in Brazil either.
But first of all, having a low sugar bread is fucking nuts. By the way, why the fuck has your bread got sugar in the first place? Second of all, like, I just don't know those things exist because I'm British. I'm coming at this from my world lens as a Brit, okay? This is thick as fuck. If this was like Hovis doorstop thick bread, a piece of this would be like, could run you like 150, 200 calories. You're telling me the whole plate of this is 400 odd calories. Shut up.
Again, everything that I put on this pizza toast was weighed out except for the bread itself. So you let me know if you guys think this was...
Why would you not weigh what probably is the most caloric thing on your plate and then you make a random guess of like, that's probably 400 calories. Yeah, for sure. And like I had a burger the other day, 7 calories.
A good day or a bad day?
I think any day, well, don't misconstrue what I'm about to say, but any day where you're taking accountability and actually tracking what you weigh, Danny, is a good day, right? Even if you go out and binge, as long as you can sit there and look objectively and go, okay, on this day that I ate bad or I ate good, I ate 200 grams of this, 500 grams of that, whatever, right? But at least you're looking and recognizing. Tracking's all well and good when you're doing it on the days where you're absolutely fucking perfect, locked in.
But there has to be an intention behind it. Tracking for the sake of tracking, or like not tracking the bread for some reason, I don't know, like to make you feel, I don't know, good about yourself. Like makes zero sense to me. I agree with her. Like, don't just write down the good days and just write off the bad days. No, like do the same with good days as well, with bad days as well, because then you can kind of like have a diary and you can keep track and you can even like say what may have triggered the hinging, because you may look at your day and you'll be like, oh, I had very few calories. That is why I hinged at the end of the day. Or something happened that made me sad and that's why I hinged at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents on it.
Eating perfectly. But then if you get to the weekend and just go, oh, it's a cheat day, whatever, I'm just going to eat whatever I want. And then you knock back, you know, you have a takeaway breakfast for lunch.
My dietitian gives me 2 free meals per weekend. So I'm good with that.
For takeaway breakfast with breakfast, like you get a Mackey's breakfast in or you get whatever in, and then you go and then eat out for tea and you're like, oh, whatever, but I was in a calorie deficit all week. You could have literally undone your entire deficit for the week in that one day because you've not bothered to track. Even if you're not eating clean.
True.
I hate that terminology, by the way. I hate that terminology. But if you're not eating clean or in the meals that you usually eat, you should still be tracking your food at this point in your journey, because it's good to know what you're eating. It's good. It's accountability. And also, you know that the day that you go out and have a Nando's, I don't know why it's always the go-to, Anna O'Brien on the brain all the time. If you know that on a Saturday you're going to go out and have a Nando's, but you eat the Nando's and it's like this amount of calories, it's like a 1,200 calorie meal, at least you know then that when I go out and eat that, it's 1,200 calories, and you can take that into consideration for the rest of your week. I still track almost everything all the time. Right now I'm in a deficit, so I'm tracking everything, but like even when I'm maintaining, I tend to still track because I just like to know. And like not knowing is what leads to, oh, I've not really eaten that much today, or that wasn't that much, or forgetting what you've eaten through the day. If I go and have a pub lunch, I'll still track having a pub lunch. Or if I go and, you know, I still track everything. Me and Nave go, we have a national
like this. If I don't track this, I won't know, you know, how many
trust
calories.
membership, because we're very wholesome. And if me and Nave go to a National Trust site and I have a coffee and a cake, I'm tracking that. I'm tracking it. Even if it's like only 200 calories, I'm tracking it, because I don't know later on in the day, am I going to eat those 200 calories again somewhere else and then I'm at my deficit? I track everything. So as long as you're tracking it, Danny, I'm happy, girl. If you wanted me to be a little bit more persnickety, one of my colleagues said that this week and it's been stuck in my head, great word. I think you need more fibre. You've got fuck all fibre. She said here, I had 50 grams of fibre here. From fucking what, mate? I struggle to get 30 grams in every day, and I eat predominantly whole foods. I eat oats, I eat chia seeds, I eat fruit,
No,
veg,
just have no
every single
fibre
fucking meal, and I
whatsoever.
just about hit my goal every day. Where is it the bread? Is it like one of those fibrous breads that's not actually not actually proper fibre? It's crazy, mate. So if I had to be like persnickety, I'd say these aren't real meals still. I'd still be starving after. I know this is hilarious, but I'd be starving after eating that. If anything, that would make me want to eat more of that because it's so fucking delicious. This, you don't need 2 breakfast sandwiches for breakfast. Like you could have easily have had like one of them, and then I had a nice protein-filled lunch, and then I had this for tea if you really wanted to. Your protein was probably off. I don't believe that you had 54 grams of fibre. That's crazy. It wasn't a fucking vegetable in sight. That's me being persnickety then. We'll catch up with Addy, and we'll catch up with Abby, and then I've got to go to the gym. Soz. Love yous. I want to watch the footy at 2 o'clock. What I ate today as a baddie.
Good morning,
Oh, I
baddies.
think I reacted to her too. And she was kind of making like a very sus type of content, but it was my impression apparently.
I got Dutchies. I did get the color changing straws. And then I also spilled all my drinks all over the seat with a pop cup. Let's see which one we got. Ooh, a blue one.
Little baby in the back.
Strawberry and raspberry, sugar-free, of course.
Cracks me up that she always starts her day, and it's a real common thing, and I know I bring it up almost all the time, that the fat women start the day with some sort of highly caffeinated drink. Like that was Red Bull with purees and shit.
Okay, that's not a fat girl thing, okay? I start my day with, like some people need pump it up, like something to pump it up, like, so no, it's a some people thing. It's not a fat girly thing.
Yeah, to do what? What are you doing all day? You need to stop drinking the caffeine and eat a slow release carbohydrate and a high protein breakfast. That's what you need to do. Don't tell me I can't eat breakfast. Shut up. I couldn't. Do you know
Like my energy drinks got like 13 calories. Okay.
why? Because I trained my body into not wanting breakfast. Because I'd start my day with a 473 milliliters of full sugar Red Bull. So when I started on my weight loss journey, I told my stepmom,
Mine's zero sugar. See, so it's a you thing.
who was helping me at the time to lose weight, I said, I don't like eating breakfast though. She was like, well, you'll fucking learn to. And do you know what? Now, I eat breakfast every single fucking day, and if I don't, I'm a fucking moody cow. So we're having an entire fucking jug of Red Bull for brekkie. Where is it?
I got
Entire jug of Red Bull for brekkie.
for lunch. We got Yummy Yums, and if you know me, you know this is a tuna sandwich.
Have you ever heard anyone slurp a lettuce butty? I'm gonna mute that. I'm gonna mute that for you because
I have definitely reacted to her because I can vividly remember the food noises that I had to mute it as well. But like, why the swap? I don't see the point. I mean, sure, like salad, great, but why?
that was horrendous. She just slurped a butty, a sandwich. Well, can you really call it a sandwich when it's just lettuce? It's an Oura ring. If you aren't onto what Oura rings are like health monitors, a bit like a Garmin, a bit like, a Garmin.
Well, maybe she wants to monitor her sleep and her heartbeats, like she might be having a heart attack. Look at her size.
Or an Apple Watch or whatever smartwatch you want to use. They keep track of things like your heart rate or your sleep or your menstrual cycle, things like that. The concept of someone who doesn't do anything all day, drinks Red Bull for breakfast and has takeaway for 3 meals a day using an Oura ring is hilarious to me, by the way. That's
Like she has a lot of caffeine, so she wants to monitor how her heart rate's going. By the way, how is my heart rate going?
so funny. Also, that looks so unappetizing, and I'm going to be so fucking real with you right now.
I mean, they put it in this like little tuna here just to call it a tuna sandwich. I mean, can you even call it like wrap, whatever this is? But like, I eat lettuce, and I have to have lettuce with my salad like most of the time, but I know it tastes like nothing. So this probably sucks.
I'd be so hungry. You're eating like a head of lettuce with a bit of tuna shoved in here. I was like fucking nothing.
For dinner,
Oh, she's disgusting. She knocks me fucking sick, man.
we've got the California Pizza Kitchen pickle pizza, and I found it at Grocery Outlet. Grocery Outlet.
Pickle pizza? Like, does she hate herself or something? Oh, that looks so bad. That looks so bad.
It smells really good.
I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the most unappetizing pizzas I've ever seen in my life. And I'm a pizza girly. I love pizza. I love like a proper like saucy pizza. I love like a meat pizza. I love a barbecue based pizza. I love pizza, right? Yeah, this looks so unappetizing. Like if you're gonna get a pizza, at least get a nice pizza.
Exactly. I mean, like we when in Rome, do as Romans do. Like we have a saying in Brazil that I think it's better. It's like when in hell, just hug the devil. Like you're already in a shitty situation, so you might as well. Like if you're having pizza, you're gonna have like pickle pizza. Like what is that even a thing? Like some things U.S. people do should be considered like crimes against humanity. Like we need a UN convention to, like put some grounds, like, no, you cannot put pickles on a pizza. It cannot be a thing.
She doesn't like it.
I'm just gonna go to sleep for dinner.
No,
Probably for the better.
I don't even know why it's on
Bullshit.
the
You went
menu.
and ordered something else. I knew that was gonna be shit. Look how dill pickle pizza. It looks dry as hell. Dry as fuck. Disgusting. Oh, hello to the people that skip forward. Sorry
Hi.
to the people that didn't. That was genuine.
I'm gonna
reaction
have
from me.
lunch
Then that's-
right after
sometimes
this.
like there's things that make me do that and make me feel like that, and that was a very good example one. But scrambled eggs on on soft furnishings are another one, because I already struggle with textures because I'm autistic. So scrambled eggs, I go back and forth between if I can eat them or if I can't eat them. Right now, I'm in I couldn't eat a scrambled egg phase. Scrambled egg on like soft furnishing, and then if she dropped it on the soft furnishing.
I go through phases with egg in general too. You know, like sometimes I'm just like so sick of it.
She accidentally squished it in, and it's just like crumbly scrambled egg all in the soft furnishing. I'm really sorry. Oh fuck, I need to get to the gym. Oh my god, I feel sick. Shit, all though. That wasn't a single bit of egg getting on that blanket, I guess. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I'm still. Oh.
Is that butter? I mean, why do we have like extra whatever? Like, is it ketchup? She's got like 3 girthy hot dogs. Oh my god.
Okay, an hour later, we're having a roll, which is like a bread roll, and sausage with brown sauce with an iron extra. I brew extra. Fuck, I can't even think now because I'm thinking about rusks and babies. Yeah, sure, why not? I can't even think right now. Cleared that shit up. And another 2 hours later, a baked potato, beans of cheese, and iron brew extra. This is a soup. Again, shit up.
That looks so gross. Ooh, oh my god.
And another 2 hours later, a baked potato, beans of cheese, and iron brew extra. This is a super common meal in the UK. My ma.
See? I told ya. If you properly prepare like a meal in the UK, it's gonna be gross. And by the way, like the potato, like the peel, they have a lot of like nutrients, so like eat it if you
My
can.
ma loves a baked potato with cheese and beans.
Like, you guys traveled the world for spices. By the way, the Portuguese were the ones who introduced tea to the Brits. It's a fun fact, but you know, like people would go to India for spices, and then you come up with this.
She loves it. It used to knock me sick. Again, texture thing. Autism showing today. 1:30, so an hour and a half later, after we're having an entire potato with cheese and beans, we're having pepperoni pizza wrap. At least it's not an entire cheese pizza. Oh, but then don't worry, we're getting
Okay. She's eating like a lot, you know, like an hour and 30 minutes later. I mean, she could do it like with half of the sandwich and maybe not like chicken instead of like this like ham, I think would be better. But at least she's having some fruit.
cheese and chicken and cheese sub with apple and grapes. Is she trying to be healthier again?
Is that her? Like, what was her before? Like, honest question. Did you just miss the like bread with like a thick layer of butter, 3 hot dogs? That just happened? Jesus, if that's her trying to be healthy again, I mean, I'm afraid what she ate before.
This doesn't feel as egregious as it usually is. They're actually like, it's actual food. Well, as far as it goes, Rabbi, like she's having their eggs scrambled, horrendous, but she had them. And then she's had a sausage butty, okay, fair enough. And then she's had a baked potato with cheese and beans. Again, she's had to cook the baked potato. I don't know, she's just shoved it in the microwave though, knowing Abby. And then she's had, instead of like an oven pizza, she's gone and put passata or whatever with some pepperoni and some cheese in the oven on a pizza wrap. So like that's more than she usually does in terms of cooking. And then she's going ahead and then what was the next thing? She's having a chicken and cheese sub. I don't know, this doesn't look pre-made. This looks like something she's made herself. Just based on like the meat itself, like that looks like ham, like
that's
like
a
lunch
lot
meat,
of ham.
Like, well, not ham, but lunch chicken. Yeah, she's made that herself. And then she's having a pineapple and grapefruit fizzy juice from M&S. Fucking hell, money bags. No added sugar. Interesting. Yeah, like this is usually she's just shoving shit in the air fryer in the oven. So is she trying again? Oh. You know.
Or not. Like, I was never fooled. Again, I don't know this creator, but like 5 minutes later.
Well, I spoke too soon. We got Black Rooster.
Is she having
Peri
like
Peri.
full
Extra
sugar
mild quesadilla,
Pepsi?
peri chips, and mozzarella sticks with tomato sauce and a Pepsi Max. That case here looks dry as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And a snack plate.
That's her. First off, like, you should not be eating these these many calories so late at night. I mean, this whole myth that you can't eat in the evening. I mean, you can, but you should opt to eating like some things on the lighter side of things. And this is just not it. I mean, like, just if you do like a quick Google search here, you know, like, it'll tell you that avoiding large meals 2 to 4 hours before bed is recommended to improve sleep quality, aid digestion, and prevent acid reflux. Late night eating keeps the body in an active digestive state, hindering restorative rest. Ideally, finish eating at least 3 hours before sleeping to allow blood sugar to stabilize. Key reasons to limit late night eating: impaired sleep quality. Digestion causes the body to stay awake, disrupting circadian rhythm and leading to shallower sleep. Digestive issues: lying down immediately after a large meal can cause heartburn, indigestion, and acid reflux. I have acid reflux, do not recommend. Gain weight and metabolism. Consuming calories when the body is resting can contribute to weight gain. Blood sugar management. Late meals can spike blood sugar, with the body releasing more insulin, making a 3-hour gap crucial for metabolic health. Again, it's not like don't eat before bed, Just like don't eat that before bed.
At gone midnight of a Twix, some school cake, well, this looks like a variation of school cake, some sort of chalky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jaffa cakes, and a whole bag of Doritos. This combined was probably what? Let's be generous here. 150 calories. 120 calories, okay, sake of argument, 300 calories, bag of Doritos, 140 calories, 440 calories, 5 Jaffa cakes, say 80 a pop.
And not to mention, like, the amount of sugar in and of itself is going to disrupt your sleep, you know?
Well, can't be asked doing the math. Say 50 a pop, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. What did I say? This is almost 700 calories, by the way. This is 700 calories. And don't get me wrong, I like a little snack in the evening. I do a yogurt bowl. I talk about my yogurt all the time. I do a yogurt bowl with some frozen fruit and chia seeds and stuff. And then I've been on a chocolate digestive biscuit, because some Americans don't know what digestive is. It's a biscuit. It's a type of biscuit. I'll have one of those on the side, maybe 2. I'm feeling a little bit exotic. So, like, you don't need to talk to me about snacking, but, like, this is egregious. And a Vimto, don't worry about it. 0, though. So, like, it seemed like she was trying throughout the day to eat better, shall we say. I won't say normal.
I don't think she was trying. I never saw an attempt.
But, like, she seemed to try and eat almost like regular food. And then she just lost her fucking mind at the end of the day. I think I'll call it there. I had a few more lined up, but I think I'll save them for the next video, because I have been recording for almost an hour now. So yeah, I'll leave that one there.
And yes, I also need to stop, because I need to have lunch and start my classes for the afternoon. This was my reaction to Lots. I really enjoy her content. I really think she's funny. But and like I said, do I wish people would be like healthier in general? Like, I would never wish like ill on anyone. I would not wish people to get sick. But if you ask me, like, like, you care about these like people's health, like, I couldn't care less about their health, if I'm being completely honest here. Like, if they don't care about their health, I'm not going to be wasting my time caring about their health either. Would I wish them to be healthier? Of course. I mean, why wouldn't I, right? But and I've said this so many times, my beef with fat acceptance movement, fat talk, this type of cult, is that they will lie to people. They will look you straight in the eye and they will say, oh, food and health, like, your body weight, your body fat, like they have nothing to do with your health. Don't worry about it, you know. And then you find someone who's vulnerable, and they fall for this discourse. And what ended up happening so many times is that they end up gaining more and more weight, and they start embracing this discourse because it's so easy, right? Because it's perfect. You can eat whatever you want, and that will have no repercussions for your life whatsoever. You know, and like eating better won't guarantee that you will not get like, okay, it means that I will never have cancer, or I don't know, like heart problems or whatever. But it's not like that. Like anyone can get it, you know. However, it just mitigates the odds of you like having it. It's kind of like wearing a seatbelt. You know, like when you wear a seatbelt and you have a car crash, it mitigates the damage you would have if you were not wearing one. Will it save you 100% of the time? No, but it's an important safety like accessory, whatever thing in the car, and no one argues against it. The same way that no one that smokes it's gonna tell you that it is healthy, that it's the pharmaceutical industry that came up that cigarettes will cause lung cancer. They won't say that. So my thing is, if you make an informed decision, you have the risks, what it comes with being fat and overweight, and you still want to be fat and overweight, fine. I don't care. Just don't come on the internet and start saying like a bunch of lies just cuz. And because you are so insecure about yourself, about your behavior, that you cannot that you need other people to validate your insecurities. Just own up to it, okay? Say, yeah, I know the risks, and I've chosen to be like this anyway. And you know what? I fucking salute you for that. Because at least you know it. You've made an informed decision, and you're not lying to people on the internet. You're not, like taking advantage of others' vulnerabilities. No, fat people should not be mistreated, bullied, like segregated. No, none of that. None of that. Okay, that's not what I'm saying here. But at the same time, there has to be a stop to this discourse that being fat health-wise is okay. And that is, I'm checking if the mic's picking up the sounds, but and that is what makes me pissed. Okay? So that's like my last tangent before I go. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. I will leave link this video and her channel in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. And drink your water. Okay, water. It's very important. Your meds. Sleep. And don't give in to nostalgia. That's not usually the best decision. That's all I'm saying for today's video, guys. See you next time. Bye.